Good evening. For Blackburn Rovers, Stockport County, Stoke, Blackpool and Crewe, it's either Wembley or back to square one for the start of next season. Stoke and Stockport have already got one trip to Wembley lined up for Saturday's Autoglass Trophy. The first instalment of their end-of-season trilogy went Stockport's way. Stoke were miffed more by Carl Beeston's sending off than anything else. Stockport's Phase 1 winner by Peter Ward was a beauty, but under European-style semi-final rules, 1-0 is rarely enough. Prior to 1967, the FA Cup was the only route, but then the League Cup went there, more recently the ZDS, the Autoglass Trophy as it's now known, and the 3 playoff finals as well. Now, Stockport and Stoke will be there on Saturday, and then one of them will be there a week on Sunday as well. At the Victoria Ground tonight, Rob McCaffrey.
It's the second of 3 meetings in 6 days for Stoke and Stockport. Saturday's Autoglass at Wembley for prestige, tonight for promotion. There's no love lost between the two sides, mainly because there wasn't any there in the first place.
Well, we got a little bit annoyed about 1 or 2 decisions at Stockport. We got a little bit annoyed about 1 or 2 comments after the game. We're not a rough and tough team by any means. Sometimes I wish I did have that sort of team.
Stoke City President Sir Stanley Matthews is making his debut around the time Stockport were last in Division 2. 50 years when they last dipped a toe in with the bigger boys. Now the size 13 feet of Kevin Francis, perhaps the key tonight. Stockport leading 1-0.
Every game is a battle in the English League, especially when you're at the top. And it's been a very hard season for us. It's been a brilliant effort. The boys has committed themselves to the cause 100% throughout. And I just hope they get what they deserve.
The Stoke City fans have made Delilah by Tom Jones their own song this season, but tonight's all about Doris Day. Yes, Wembley the prize this evening. The commentator, Alistair Mann.
Francis and Blake tumbles and looks at the referee and the linesman, but it's play on. Francis just looking for Ward, and there's Beaumont. Chris Beaumont, and it's the lead for Stockport. Now, was that a foul there? Blake thought it was, but once the movement developed, there was Beaumont, and Stockport have a 2-goal cushion. Steen, still Steen, might go all the way, good save from Edwards, and it needed to be. Ashley Grimes weighing up the possibilities from this corner. Up towards the head of Cranston, and off the top of the bar. Kelly, holding his balance well, sets up Butler, good save from Edwards. Francis, well, he's got away from Cavan, and he's also got away from Sanford. He's got options. Beaumont was there, and well, he maybe should have chosen one of the passes. Forward by Edwards. Pump back in. Williams was waiting, and no one went for the ball except Mark Steen. And Mark Steen has given Stoke a lifeline. 9 minutes left. Pump forward. Biggins will chase anything now. Stoke running out of time. Lovely ball in. Edwards had to be there and got there. And that might be the last chance for Stoke.
It was Stoke's last chance, and it's Stockport going to Wembley twice now. They'll both do it all over again in the Autoglass on Saturday, but it's promotion that's the real prize.
It's a dream come true for the town, isn't it? None of the lads have played there before. To get out twice in a week, like, it's unbelievable.
How do Uruguayans celebrate on a night like this?
English style.
What?
English style.
Well, as another third division manager of last season said 2 years running, Johnny King of Tranmere, it's very nice to win the third and fourth division cup final, the Autoglass thing, but it's much more important to win the playoff final. That's the important one. That's the one with a lasting effect.
My hometown team of Stockport twice to Wembley in about 8 days.
And they've had to wait, over 100 years. Tomorrow's going to be very nice for them, I can tell you that. But the most important one is a week on Sunday, because that means promotion. Well, 1-0 is rarely enough under European-style semi-final rules. But against Stoke, Stockport quickly established a 2-goal advantage when Chris Beaumont squeezed the ball in. Sunday, Bank Holiday Monday, for a place in the Premier League. Well, Stockport have a dress rehearsal at Wembley tomorrow in the Autoglass Trophy final against Stoke. It's a first-time visit to Stockport. As for Stoke, they've been once before in 1972 for the League Cup final. Now, in the absence of Rob Macari, who became a dad again yesterday, well done to him and Leslie, Alistair Mann reports.
When you've waited 109 years to get to Wembley, and then you end up there twice in 8 days, you become simply too sexy for words. Stockport County have gone from small fry to big business. You can even buy county gear in the high street stores. They're the height of fashion. County fans are easy to spot. They're smiling.
You've got to have a sense of humour here. I mean, years gone by, it's always had that. Now, the fans are a humorous bunch anyway. They took to this "we're too sexy for the third" when we started the season. And obviously now you'll see from some of the banners, we're far too sexy for Wembley as well.
Stockport people are getting behind their newfound success. It's all firsts at the moment, even a commemorative cake to mark the occasion.
We're all remembered for the worst things in life, like the lowest ever crowd, 13 men and a dog. We're getting a lot more people now, even getting more dogs, to be quite honest with you. A lot easier now, yeah. I mean, we're getting success, it's down to the board, financial commitment, and of course the managerial excellence of team manager Danny Bergara.
I think it's fantastic, really, for a club of our stature, that to go to Wembley and in whatever competition, and either it's the Autoglass or whatever competition may be, and I think it's absolutely tremendous.
Stoke City have had one more experience of Wembley than Stockport. Back in 1972, they lifted the League Cup there. Stoke manager Macari was there last year as manager of Birmingham City, lifting the same trophy they're going to do battle for on Saturday.
And the beauty about Saturday is it's a family sort of day. When you go there, you know, the 60,000 Stockport people won't have been there for many a year if they've ever been there at all. And it's 20 years since Stoke have been there, and they'll all come back with a day to remember.
Stockport had a night to remember on Wednesday night, knocking Stoke out of the playoffs. As for their manager, well, he has been to Wembley before.
The first time I went to Wembley was when I got married in 1966. I got all the stick in the wall because it was the first game England-Uruguay, and we drew 0-0, and apparently our lot were dirty. And when I went home, I got all this stick from my wife's family, and I said, well, what can I do? I mean, and so to go now, and if I go back to 66 and I start thinking, one day I'm going to be walking through that tunnel, you know, leading an English team, then it will have been a hell of a statement.
Well, from a very affable Euro